All right, you can see the screen, right? The blackboard.
Yes, sir.
All right, so does that answer your question?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Good. All right, so now we have to do the Y3 integral, and all that we need is that we just need to do the Gaussian integral again, right? So, this is just a repetitive thing, and what you need to do is that you just need to see how the a pattern will emerge. So in the next one, because A is now different, this factor, the square root factor, will have 3 halves, and then we'll have exponential of minus the new. I forgot to এখানে আরেকটা term থাকবে, which will be e to the power I y4 squared plus y1 squared by 2, right? So this is the term which just goes on for the right because it has no y3 in it. Okay, so now what is this? This will give me A and this will give me B. So ভিতরে আমার থাকবে হচ্ছে গিয়ে A squared, which will generate a minus sign, to y4 minus, say, so B squared, so y squared divided by 4a, right? So it'll be 4 minus I 3 halves. And then this factor, e to the power I y4 squared plus y1 squared by 2. Okay? And then, there are cancellations that's going to happen. This 2 will reduce this to 2. And so this will be pi I by 2 square root. So pi I2 by 3 square root. In the exponential, now what we have to kind of massage this, and we have minus I. This 2 times 3 will give me 6. So minus I by 6. Now we can also expand this guy. If you expand this, we are going to get 4 y4 squared plus y1 squared minus 4 y1 y4. And then we have to look at this. But this had a prefactor 1. So we have, because we are putting in inside the bracket, we have to multiply by 6. So the first terms becomes minus, because of this minus sign, 6 of y4 squared. The second term becomes minus 3 y1 squared, y3 because of this factor of half. So this is the result of the second integral. And as before, we can simplify this. And when we simplify this, we can, of course, cancel these 2 factors of 2. And then we have as a result I pi squared divided by 3. Okay? And in the exponential argument, we get I by 6. So I'm factoring out a minus sign. And here I will get, so we have 4y to the power 4 here, and minus 6 y4 squared. So this will give me minus 2 y4 squared. And that minus is factored out, so this becomes a plus sign. So we will get inside the bracket 2 y4 squared plus, and we have y1 here, minus 3y1. So it'll get minus 2y1. So we'll get 2y1 squared here. And then we will get minus 4 this guy, which is y1, y4. And then, we can factor out a 2 from this whole thing. And therefore, we will get square root of I pi squared by 3 exponential.
Sir, plus 4y1, y4 হবে না?
right. It should be plus, right? Okay, then I probably made a mistake somewhere. So this should be a plus, right?
Yes, because we're factoring out the -1.
Yeah. Okay, let me see if I... Again, what was the integral that we did right before? It gave me y1 minus y3 whole cubed, right? I'm supposed to get y1 minus y4, sorry, whole squared, y1 minus y4 whole squared. So let's see if I made a mistake, okay? Touch. Just 1 second. Yeah, I didn't make a mistake, sorry. Yeah, so the mistake was made at this point. This should have been a plus sign, okay? And if I do this, then this should be a plus sign, okay? And if I do this, then I get a plus sign here, right? And if I do that, this should be a minus sign, okay? Yeah, all right. Thank you, Nahi, for spotting that. So it'll be I by 3, and then y1 minus y4 whole squared, okay? Okay, so next we do the y4 integral. Don't worry, I won't do it. I'll just guess the result. What do you think is the result going to be? There'll be a square root. There'll be I pi. What will happen then? What power do I give it?
Inductively, it should be 3.
Yeah. And over here, what will be the denominator?
4.
Okay. And in the exponential, what will be the denominator for the...
I by 4.
Right.
Y1 minus Y5.
Right, exactly. Okay. So after doing, so dot, 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 after doing the yn minus 1 integral, we're going to get I pi to the power n minus 2 divided by 2, divided by square root of n minus 1. And in the argument of the exponential, we'll get I to the power n minus 1. Then we will get y1 minus yn squared. Okay. So this is going to be the result of our whole integral. Now let's put it back into the expression for the propagator, which is x kxn tn x1 t1. Of course, I keep switching between k and the bracket notation. And here we have a limit, n goes to infinity. And before we had m divided by 2 pi I delta t h bar to the power big N minus 1 by 2. And then we had, when we did the change of variable, we generated 2h bar delta t by m, n minus 2 divided by 2. And then we have, from all those integrals, we have I pi divided by square root of n minus 1. And this has power n minus 2 divided by 2. And then we have exponential of I over n minus 1. Okay, well, now what we could do, okay, let me just just move this over here. Now we go back to our x variable, then we get the factor of m over 2h bar delta t back. And then we have x1 minus xn whole squared. Now, now let's observe that. Observe that n minus 1 times delta t is tn minus t1, right? So we are going to get, let's put that in the bracket. Then what we will do is that we can simplify these things now. So this guy has the same power as this guy. So we can take I pi inside this bracket, right? So we are going to get limit n goes to infinity, the usual factor, which is m divided by 2 pi I delta th bar to the power n minus 1 over 2. And then what did we have here? We had 2 h bar delta t. Now we are going to have I times pi here divided by m. And here we get n minus 2 divided by 2. Now, if I compare these two, see there's a factor of m here, there's a factor of m here, there's 2 pi, I, h bar, delta t. So all of these gonna cancel out except one factor of this thing, right? And then we have this denominator as well. So we get 1 over square root of n minus 1. But what's going to happen is that this square root of n minus 1 is going to combine with delta t to give me this time interval, right? So let's write the e to the power I m 2h bar, sorry, not 2 pi, 2h bar, tn minus t1, x1 minus xn squared. Let me move the nice factor over there, because that's how things are going to work out in the end. So here, with all the cancellations, we are just going to get limit n goes to infinity, m divided by 2 pi I h bar tn minus t1. There is no power, there's only power of half. So we have written, we have written the expression in terms of delta t has been eliminated, so we don't need this limit anymore, right? So exponential of Im by 2h bar x1 minus xn whole squared tn minus t1. And is this the expression that we were looking for? Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think I forgot the h bar when I wrote it back there. Let's see. I think I forgot that h bar. There should be an h bar here. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Apparently my Bluetooth is... Okay, so any questions?